Okay, so we are going to continue on with our body paragraph. Need your voices off, please. Yesterday, I believe we started putting our evidence down, right? Did we start our elaboration yesterday? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to do the exact same thing that you started yesterday. You are going to put down, I still hear some voices, so I'm going to wait until you're done. Thank you. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to that second source and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to find a piece of textual evidence that supports your topic sentence, your reason, and you're going to put that down for your second reason and then do your elaboration just the way you did it the first time. So if you are doing sports, you're going to go to the PCRR, that source on my Google Classroom, and find a piece of textual evidence there. If you're doing fine arts, you're going to go to Katie ISD, that's on my Google Classroom, and find your textual evidence there. And then if you are doing STEAM, you are allowed to find your own source for that second one because that website is still not unblocked. So I'm going to let you find your own source there. Yes, Malia?
It was, like yesterday, I couldn't find anything that had to do with my topic.
That's a good question. So if you can't, remember, you have to use those two sources. I'm trying to, make you have to find something from there. So you may have to change your reason if that's the case. Okay? Use what you can, use those two and have them work for you. Find what they have in common and use that as your reason. Although your reason that you came up with might be perfectly valid, and when you get to the point where you can find credible sources and stuff like that, you can do that, but you need to make those two sources work for you. Does that make sense? Okay. Does anybody else have any questions before we get started? Okay, I'm going to give you until about 9. Let's do 9 o'clock. So that's 20 minutes to finish your evidence number 2. I'm sorry, you're right. 10 o'clock. My bad. I'm going to give you until 10 o'clock to work on finding your second piece of evidence and your elaboration. After that, then we will work on starting body paragraph number 2. We won't get it finished, but we'll get it started. So that's what I'm going to have you do for the next 20 minutes. So I'm going to start on this slide, and then in about 5 or 6 minutes, I'm going to change it to the other slide that does the elaboration. But if you need me to toggle back and forth, just tell me what slide you need, and I'll go to that slide. But remember, these directions are on my Google Classroom, so if you'd like for them to be on your computer while you're writing this out, you're more than welcome. Okay, so for body number 2, come on. I don't think so. There we go. Okay, so for body number 2, you are going to be discussing your counterclaim and your rebuttal. So the first thing that you need to start with is a topic sentence. Always. We always start body paragraphs with topic sentences. So you need to first start with a transition word. I'm going to list a few transition words right here for you right now, so you need to make sure that you pick one. Additionally, in addition, second, also. Pick one. Additionally, in addition, second, also. Pick one and write it down on body number 2. I'll say them one more time. Additionally, in addition, second, also. Make sure you have a comma after whatever words you pick. Now what you need to do is you need to refer back to your big outline, and you need to combine your counterclaim and your rebuttal. So that's going to be in the the bottom yellow box and then the pink box beside it. You need to combine that into one sentence. So you think about using those combination words, conjunctive adverbs. However, okay, but, although, okay, I'm going to give you my example. Additionally, some may believe that more technology in classrooms would increase misuse. However, districts could supply teachers with screen monitoring software. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Combining our counterclaim with our rebuttal into one sentence. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write that, and then we'll come back and we'll start our evidence number 1. Okay, so for your evidence, that's the only thing we're going to get to today is just the evidence. For that, this evidence should go with your rebuttal. This evidence should not support the other side. If you're talking about injuries, your textual evidence should not say 75% of teenagers get injured in sports. Then that would support the other side. You want to support yourself, okay? You need to make sure that your textual evidence supports the rebuttal, not the counterclaim. You need to use a new lead-in, so you need to figure out how you can say, according to da-da-da-da-da, okay? On the website, da-da-da-da-da, okay? You need a new lead-in, and you need to make sure that you include your citation. Here's my example. Impero Software states on their website, monitoring online behaviors in addition to blocking and filtering content is more beneficial. The software tools allow teachers to prevent access to inappropriate sites. Additionally, if a student disrupts the class, teachers can turn off screens and lock keyboards. Okay? So, that textual evidence supports all the benefits of providing teachers with software to monitor students. So that supports my rebuttal, not the people that say, oh, they're going to use technology in a bad way. This supports my rebuttal, not that. Okay? So you're going to put that on your evidence line, and tomorrow we will do the elaboration.